I did not intend for this to happen. I had a whole filming schedule planned for last week to film a couple of videos to post throughout the holidays so that I wouldn't have to film during the holidays. But I did, like, I came down with such a bad cold. Well, what I thought was a cold, which started out like last week, Monday, so just like a week and a half ago. I kind of woke up and I had, like, you know, that like stuffy nose feeling and everything where you just know you're getting sick. And so that day I just kind of took and laid on the couch and tried to get rid of it. Took a bunch of like vitamin C, tried to sleep as much as I could, but it started like getting worse and worse like by the minute. And so on Tuesday I just like I gave up, and like I didn't want to take any Tylenol just because I know you can't take it when you're pregnant either, and I'm really not trying to put any things in my body like that could harm anything. And so I gave up. I was like, there's no point in suffering. I'm nowhere near ovulation or anything else, so just take Tylenol, which I did, and it didn't help a thing. If anything, it made things a little bit worse. And so I gave up. I went to the local Medi Center to get a doctor's opinion, and as it turned out, like I started having like just on my right, like I felt fine. I didn't feel sick as in like fever or chills or anything like that, or like just body weakness. It was legit just a head cold, and what it felt like to me is like everything sat right in here, like in your sinus. So I'm like, there's like a good chance I have a sinus infection. And like it went all the way into my ear where I'm like, I can't hear anything. It felt like there was water in my ear. Like it was just weird. So I went to the doctor and I got an opinion. I'm like, okay, so either it's an ear infection that kind of went into my sinus, or it's a sinus infection that went into my ear. Well, lo and behold, it turned out to have an ear infection and a sinus infection both at the same time. So that was awful. They put me on antibiotics, which I started, which made me so sick, like worse. I was so nauseous. I felt like throwing up, which I ended up doing a couple of times. And I'm like, I feel worse on antibiotics than I did not being on it. And I'm like, there's no way. Like I can't say I'm used to antibiotics, but like last year when I had strep throat and everything, I was on them too. And they never made me feel that sick ever. So the next night I went back and I'm like, I'm too sick, can you give me something else? So they gave me other antibiotics, and on those I have been fine. And I took like my last dose last night. I'm still a little stuffy because on top of everything else I just had like a regular cold, which seems to be sticking around a little bit. But obviously like last week I was just in bed and just trying to recoup from everything. There was no way I could film, and it made me so sad because I had like time to actually film. And so yeah, from the last video, obviously I was hoping that I would be posting a BFP or like live HBT video or something like that, which I never got around to filming. If you do follow me on Instagram, and I hope that you do, please go follow me on Instagram, because like I've said a million times, I post updates on there almost daily, especially like HBT pictures and all that stuff is just easier for me to post on there. So please go follow me. It's Fran in the Journey to Baby, and all the spaces are underscores. That way you get more updates more frequently and you know what's happening. For those of you that don't have Instagram, or you're still here to follow my videos, thank you so much. I so love you guys for being here for me all the time. So with last cycle, I know I say that a lot, but it must have been one of my worst cycles yet. In regards to temperatures, everything was perfect. Like everything was great. And on like 9 DPO, I think it was, like all I had at home was those Walmart cheapies that I still have from my dad from the States. Something's blinking and I don't know what it is. It's weird. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Yeah, so I had those. I still had those free ones that I got sent by Fertility, Fairhaven / like they sell Fertility and all that stuff. Those BFP brand ones. And then I had a couple of the, like one box of the clear Blue Pluses left, which I've had great experiences with. Like I know a lot of people hate blue dye tests, but they've been great for me. I've never had any issues with them in regards to like dye runs or like evap lines or whatever it may be. So they were always like my ones that like I can get a 4-pack of them at Costco, I think for $20. And usually if you buy them at like Walmart or something like that, they're 2 for $20. So when I go to Costco, I usually like to get a pack just to be stocked up for that cycle. Yeah, so anyway, I tested 8 DPO and obviously nothing, but I only used like the Walmart and the other one, like the dip one. And on 9 DPO, I thought I saw something on the Walmart cheapie, which a lot of people on Instagram kind of agreed with. So I ended up dipping the Clear Blue Plus one, and there was a line, and it showed up within, I don't know, like a minute or so, like not like as the dye was running across, you could see that like there was color sticking where like to make a plus. So obviously very exciting. I swear I was like sitting here shaking because they've never given me a false positive. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like they must have picked it up before anyone else, and it is a definite line. And like I posted the picture and I'm like, please somebody tell me like I'm not going crazy, like there must be a line. And I posted 2 different pictures. They were all taken within like 3 minutes. Like I didn't even let it dry all the way because you could see it right away. And literally everybody on Instagram was like, oh my gosh, congratulations, like this is it. I definitely, like it has color, it's there, I can see it. So if anything just changed from like 2 minutes ago to now and lighting or sitting or whatever my hair, it's because for some reason like my card was full, so it stopped like recording. Anyway, so obviously after seeing that line and everybody saying that they could see it and me not imagining it, I took everything, like my wallet, and I ran to Walmart and I grabbed some first response tests, including a digital. Like I found those packs that are kind of new. It's like you get one like with the 2 lines and 1 digital. So I got 2 packs of those. And I went back home, I used the same urine and I tested MBFN. And at that point I was like, it was so heart-shattering because that line was definitely there and I wasn't imagining it. Like I could see it and I was like, okay, so like some people were like, hey, it's still early, which don't get me wrong, like I know everybody's trying to like keep my hopes up and keep my like cheered up and keep focused on like I'm not out until AF shows up. But after seeing those lines and you actually thinking that you're pregnant to being like, nope, never mind, just jokes, no lines, like it's like such a 180 to being on such a high to such a low in like a few like minutes pretty much. It's insane. So anyway, the next day I was like, I wasn't going to test, but the next day my temperatures went up, I think. So I was like, okay, maybe like legit first response just took longer, I'll test again, and I did, and still BFN, the digis were negative, everything. Took another Clear Blue and line again. And if you compared the 2, some people were saying that they think that 10 DPO looked darker than 9 DPO did. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just keep waiting and see what happens. So I think I tested all the way up to like 12 DPO. And I took like the same Clear Blue ones, and I think even on 12 DPO was like the darkest line yet. Like it almost looked like it was getting darker even. And so obviously like you have your hopes up, but then no other brand was showing a thing. Like the Walmart cheapies weren't, the dip strips weren't, and the first response wasn't. So at that point I kind of like, I was like, okay, like it was exactly the 4 tests out of 1 box. It must have been a faulty box, which it ended up being a faulty box because my period showed up on time. Which was really sad. Like I said, just because, not that I had high hopes for that cycle, like obviously you have high hopes every time, but it's not like I was like, okay, this is the month, like we have it for sure. It was more of a surprise even seeing the line in the first place, and then just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you get so emotionally attached to that line within a second of seeing it because it was so real and it was so there. Like it wasn't a squinter, well it was a squinter, but it wasn't like the kind that you have to like tilt a million different ways and take 60 pictures of to try and show people what you mean. It was legitimately looking at it, freaking out, taking your phone, taking a picture, and it was on the phone too. So it was there, it was definitely there, but it was faulty. So that really sucked. So from that point on, we kind of made the choice to, well, I made the choice really. I was so upset. I was so over all of this TTCing and not getting anywhere and all of that I ended up writing an email to that private fertility clinic that I've been talking about here in town. And their waiting times are super short. People are like, so far they have great reviews of people that went there. Like everybody had a great experience so far. And really, like, yes, it is a little bit more expensive than our, like, the main fertility clinic here in town, like at the hospital that we went to last spring. But really, it's like you're waiting forever. You have like so many things, like hurdles that you still need to jump over to even get anywhere. And I just couldn't deal with it. And I'm like, waiting that long, like I might as well just spend like a little bit more money and get it done with now. So I emailed the private fertility clinic and they were super sweet. They emailed me back within like 10 minutes and they were like, hey, we'll get somebody to get a hold of you, because I was asking what you need to get a referral. And they told me that I could go to any clinic and just get it done, like either my family doctor or my gynecologist. But I'm like, my family doctor, I hate him so much, as you guys know. So I'm like, the only option that I would have would be my OBGYN. And with her, like, wait times are forever to see her right now too. So I'm like, by the time I get that done, I could already have like a week sent, like my referral sent, and it'll be already more events. So legitimately, like I told Matt, I showed him the emails because I asked about cost of like IUI, IVF, all of that stuff. And we talked about it and we were like, yeah, whatever, like whatever bills don't get paid, don't get paid. And we like just like, this is what we want to do. We want to move on. We want to try something new. Whatever we're doing right now is obviously not working. We just can't do it on our own anymore, it seems. And we're just sick of waiting around. This will be cycle 7 since the last miscarriage. And yeah, we're just not getting anywhere. And we're just to the point where we just want to try something else. And so IUI is the plan right now. I got, anyway, what I ended up doing is like I went to the Medi clinic literally the next day, like the same one that I went for my antibiotics and stuff, that was before. And I talked to the doctor there and I'm like, he's like, what can I help you with? You seem pretty healthy. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Just need a referral to this and this and this. And he was like, sure, I can write you that up. And so we went to his office and we filled out the form and everything. They faxed it in for me. Now, that was at the beginning of December, so like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So on their website it says you can be seen as soon as like 3 weeks. So I was hoping to get in before the holidays to kind of talk things over, to have a plan for the new year. But they were booking into like mid-January. Now, as far as how my cycles are going right now, I should have my period again like the second, like towards the end of the second week in January. So I wanted to be seen before then so that we could have a plan set up for that cycle. And so the lady that I talked to was super sweet. I was asking her if there's any way that they can fit us in sooner. And so we have an appointment on January 9th. So we're counting down the days, the minutes, the seconds to January 9th, which is exciting and scary and nerve-wracking and all of those things. We've set up a little jar here in our kitchen and made a label for it that says Baby B Fund. And we're currently, like, any change that we have, any like $5 that are loose laying around are being put in there. Honestly, like any bills that we can put off right now, we're just like, that's going in there. Basically what we're looking at just for the IUI itself is $400. And so far we're pretty close to that. If we want anything like, obviously meds and stuff are all extra. Plus, like my dream would be to do a super, I'm like looking all places. My dream obviously would be to do like a super like ovulation cycle or whatever it's called. Basically, well, like with injectables and being watched, like monitored, ultrasounds, all of those things. Trigger, everything else, which is an extra $400 plus the medication. So we're looking at like $1,000, which as of right now, I don't think we're gonna come up with until then. But honestly, even if it's just IUI, I'll be happy. Obviously, I would be happier knowing that I'm putting that $400 into something that I know, like, I'm being monitored. We're trying everything. We're trying something new with Trigger or something. But On January 9th, obviously, we'll talk it over with the doctor that we will be seeing and seeing what she says, what she can do, what she thinks will be best for us. Yeah, so with everything, if we could do everything, we'd be like just over $1,000. And we've had some generous people, like very generous people, since sharing the news on Instagram that we set up like a baby fund. I know most of you on here got really upset about our GoFundMe page, which is part of the reason that we ended up taking it down. People got upset that, first of all, I was asking for money, which to this day I don't quite understand, because it's not like I'm saying you have to. I was just simply asking. There's a yes, no option there. But anyway, as well as like the people that wanted to donate, it was a whole another thing of trying to donate that made it confusing for people to do. So at this point, obviously, we are taking donations, like anything at all. I've had a couple of people like send me $5 through email transfer or PayPal, and that $5 like helps us out a lot, and it goes straight into your little baby jar. We are thinking about doing like putting all the names of the people that donated into a jar and coming up with something related to, because pretty much you would be part of funding our baby if we do get pregnant, and that's kind of exciting. So we would want to do something in return and make sure that those people that did decide to help out would get something in return or be part of something, or I don't know yet, we'll figure it out. But yeah, so I'm not asking for anything, believe me. Like I said, I haven't asked for anything this time around. It's just a matter of we are accepting things if people would want to help out and be part of this for us. Obviously, we would appreciate anything that you can give. Like I said, even if it's $5. I mean, if everybody did that, we would be fine. But if you can't, you're just here to morally support us, and obviously we totally appreciate that too. For those of you that would like to help, please like send me a message or leave a comment, and I can contact you with like our PayPal information or something. I just don't want to put out my email address out there because it is my private email address and I don't want it to go crazy. So yeah, that's the plan right now. So as far as, obviously I'm like mid-cycle right now, being on antibiotics and stuff, like I have not been able to temp properly or anything. Like I've temped for like the last 3 days, so nothing too exciting happening there just yet. What else? It's like cycle day 15 today, so last cycle I ovulated at like cycle day 22. What else? I guess like somewhere in the fertile week right now. Like I said, I should be ovulating around Christmas, like this weekend at some point, which will be kind of cute, I guess. But we're mostly just focusing on January and a new start and a new year, and just forget about this whole year, and just a new start at a new clinic and new doctors and new options and new opinions and all of that stuff. So that's what we're focusing on right now, and we're kind of excited about it, very excited about it. As far as working and videos, I do plan to do more of those right now. I'm actually hoping to film a couple more things today. I do want to film like a baby haul of a couple of, oh my gosh, I can't do all of it, because like if I filmed everything that I've gotten in the last like little while, oh gosh. And no, before you say, I'm not buying all of these things. Like I said before, I do get a lot of things for free because of my like employer. Yeah. I think that's it. Like again, this is gonna be a long video. I'm trying to tell you everything that happened. But that's as far as I got right now, and hopefully like a baby haul or something similar will be up soon. Because of the holidays, I don't know what else I can do with family and stuff here, but I'll hopefully still be able to film something soon. To update you guys. Hopefully like next week I'll be able to tell you when I ovulated if I keep filming. Oh my gosh, I forgot like the biggest thing. Okay, let me finish with this. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of like the biggest news that I actually wanted to start out with and then completely forgot. So this little girl right here, I don't know if you can see her. This is Abby. She's our new little girl that we added onto the family. After that last cycle and how it ended, I was like in complete baby fever, and so was Matt, and Obviously, with our other due date approaching this week, which is Christmas Day, would have been the due date of our second little angel. And obviously this week is hard as it is because it's the holidays, but it's extra hard because I should be like 40 weeks pregnant, ready to pop right now. And I'm not. So with everything that went on, where we're kind of, like I said, in baby fever, and it kind of worked out perfectly because someone on a local page posted these pups that they found pretty much in a bank on a highway, and they were just trying to find them nice homes, and they weren't really asking anything for them. They just wanted nice homes for them, and we always wanted a friend for Bailey. And obviously being in baby fever, what better thing to do than to get a little puppy? So yeah, like I said, this is Abby. She has mostly like black and white and has a couple of brown spots. And she's gotten so big already. So big. They're thinking like we just took her to the vet and like she's all healthy, nothing wrong with her, which is great. Which is always like a risk when you have like a litter that was just randomly found. So she can see Bailey over there. Yeah, so they're estimating her to be around like 4 months. We've had her probably for like a month now, 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah, we got her around like 3 months. They're assuming that's how old they are, just from like how big and size wise and everything. Say hi, Abby. Hi. Say hi. She's such a sweetheart. She's been great with potty training and everything else, and I'm surprised to say that Matt has actually been the one that gets up at night to let her out and stuff. So yeah, it's been fun. It's nice to have a new addition to the family. So I hope you guys have a great Christmas if I don't see you guys before then. But like I said, I'm hoping to film some more videos to post throughout the week. And then we will see you guys really soon. And yeah, if this is the last video that you watch, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys soon, hopefully before the new year. And yeah, wish us luck. And if you want to message me in regards to maybe helping out and being part of the baby fun, please go ahead. And other than that, make sure you follow me on Instagram so you have more frequent updates, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.